What's going on here, legends? Oh, something very different today. So just come out to a close friend of the family's place. Had a bit of spare time, and they just said that they actually needed some help with their boat. They're flat out. They've got a business up in North Queensland that they run, a plumbing business. So they don't have time to scratch themselves. And they got this bad boy pretty cheap. But yeah, they just don't have the time to fix it up, and therefore don't, have a lot of opportunity to get out on the water. But I'll give you a look and I'll show you what I'm intending on doing to help them out. So there she is. So it's a 532 Sun Cruiser by Sea Scrape Boats. She's pretty old and worn. Donk's good. They've had the donk tested. There's nothing wrong with that. The Pro XSs are pretty good engines. Got no stress there. She needs definitely needs a rewire and just a little bit of love. You can see there. Flooring's all moldy, so I intend on pulling all the flooring up for them. They need all new. I'll just chop this up here so you can see. Where can I sit this? Put this here. That should be alright. So I need all new canvas, seats. So all the upholstery. That's not in too bad, Nick. We'll be alright. But like in the cab, so like all the floor will come up. Seats need to be reupholstered. In the cab, that all needs to be reupholstered. The boat needs a full rewire. Apparently these Sea Scrape boats are known for average wiring. That's just what I've been told. That's not correct. Make sure you let me know in the comments. And also, I'm gonna have to figure out a way. It's like skateboard grip tape that's just been stuck along the gunnels. And I think all this was exactly how it is when the boat was purchased. Like I said, you got a really, really good deal on this boat. Like basically the cost of one of these engines, brand new deal. So all in all, like he actually did do all right. It just needs a little bit of love. And they're going to be building a carport on the back of the shed so they can actually get the boat out of the weather once the work's been done, and keep it nice and neat. But yeah, I'll chuck the camera here on a time lapse, so you can watch me rip this floor up. And then my intention is, so see how obviously it's all marine carpet and you've got all these little joins. I'm hoping that if it's possible, I'm just going to have to see what it's like through the center here. But yeah, I want to put sea deck down if I can instead of more marine carpet. So that's the plan. But obviously it's going to be in squares. It's not going to be able to be, a couple of sheets sort of stuck together as I would have liked to have done it. So yeah, but I'm going to post fairly regularly so that, because I'm sure there's plenty of people in the comments that have done jobs like this before, or that are interested in this sort of stuff, that have got some good tips and tricks, and that's how you learn, right? So I'm going to try and post regularly, and I'm going to be checking the comments and just see what ideas you guys have got, because that's the fun of it. And you guys get involved, and then these guys, they're such an awesome family. They're going to get a sweet boat that can get them back out on the water with their kids, so they can have a good time. Yeah, so without further ado, start hooking in. So I just took some photos as well of the floor placement, just so I know, and I'm just going to mark it so I know exactly where each board's going to go back once I cut it. It's also going to vary in size because with the marine carpet on, obviously you allow for the marine carpet, whereas if I end up laying sea deck on it, I'm not going to have to allow for that fudge. So I should be able to make it a much snug fit opposed to how it was with the carpet. But we'll just have to wait and see how it pans out. And then obviously I'm just going to use a marine grade glass epoxy resin. And they recommend that it's like 24 hours in between coats just to make sure that it seals properly. And then you obviously give it a nice sand and all the rest of it as well. So yeah, I'll chuck it on a time lapse. I'll rip these boards up and then we'll go from there. I'll mark the boards as they come out and we'll see where we end up. I'm not liking the look of I really don't think I'm going to be with these joiners here. I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'll just show you. Don't think I'm going to be able to do the 2 sheets. I've got these lips because obviously, like I said, it was done with the carpet in these squares, so I'm not going to be able to just run it straight up the center like I would have liked to. But once we pull the floorboards up, we'll have a better idea. The foam still seems all right. Like, it looks dirty, but it's not. There's nothing coming off it, and it's not wet, so that's a good sign. Nonetheless, I'm still going to pull it all out and clean out underneath, so it's all nice and clean under here, and just be double sure. I'll check the stringers and stuff as well. Like, they all look pretty good. Make sure that there's no corrosion or rust or anything like that before they all go back in. But sweet as, we'll start ripping in. Rightio, so I've pulled this other board up here. That's looking pretty fucking nasty. So the hoses to the fuel tank look fine, but I might have to rewire that because that is looking filth. I'll have to give it a clean and just snip this. And then, yeah, because that's looking proper nasty. But we'll stick to the boards for now, and then we'll get to that a little bit later. I just thought I'd stop and show you that. And we might need to get a bit more foam too. This one only had like 1 layer of foam just over the top of it. Yeah. Righto, there's a Ziploc bag for all the screws, and now just need to go grab some sockets, get the chairs out the road, and then I'll remove the last of the floorboards.
Okay.
was thinking too, it might even be cheaper to just, I mean, you can just get the bolt-on seats now. I don't know what the price of them is, but it could even be cheaper just to get a new top half, rather than get it reupholstered. I know getting shit reupholstered's pretty bloody expensive, so I don't know, could work out cheaper. I'll go and suss some prices out, but maybe just go from, yeah, the base of the chair up and just get a whole new top half. Getting there very slowly. It's going to be a huge difference when it's all done. Sea deck all down the gunnels as well. A bit of sea deck up there on the dash. That'll all be rewired. It's going to look mint. Sea deck down there too. I get a buddy of mine that's pretty handy with a MIG to actually weld a decent bait board on there, rather than this plastic one. Like that's weathered as, and it's not exactly sturdy, but we'll see. Probably get a cushion that runs the whole way around too, rather than just that area there. Just continue it on. Maybe remove that strip lighting and put the strip lighting underneath the gunnels rather than along the edge there. Looks pretty old regardless, so hell yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, well, floor's pretty much entirely out, everything's unscrewed. I only had 2 stripped screws, one there and one over in the corner there, that I'm going to need to bang out. But other than that, everything else has come up pretty good. So next step will be getting those 2 screws out and then scraping that back and having a better look at that. And then I can start ordering some bits and pieces, and find out what style of sea deck they want, and we'll order that. And then I'm gonna have to order the attachment for that fuel tank and rewire that, which should be pretty straightforward. Make sure it's all sealed up right and should be good to go. Then it'll be a trip to Bunnings, a couple other shops to get the new marine ply, get some glass epoxy, marine grade glass epoxy to do the timber, and then yeah, it'll be cut the squares out, sand everything, epoxy it, and then obviously waiting 24 hours for each coat, and then just giving it a light sand and going over it again, just so that it's as good as it can be before we lay the sea deck. And then obviously acetone everything before it goes down. One of my mates gave me some good advice too, and just said don't rely on the adhesive from the sea deck, so I'll probably be putting some extra adhesive down just to make sure that the sea deck doesn't move, and that we don't have to glue it back down, you know, in a few months, a year, you know, whatever, and it's nice and sturdy. But sick as, we will continue. Rightio. Floor's up. Now some of this foam looks pretty, it looks pretty yuck, but it's dry. I think there's water under that. I think there's water in there. That's not good. I'm gonna remove all this foam and have a look. So I thought rather than use those stupid little plastic bags, just drive the ute in and just dump it straight in the trailer. Make life a bit easier because all this is coming out. I'm gonna replace the whole lot. There's quite a bit of foam there, but it's wet down through there, so, and it's God knows how long it's been there anyway, so may as well do it right.
Okay.
Rightio, so already 3/4 filled the trailer and pulled the front section up and we've got a bit of water. So foam was wet, I could feel it sponging around, and once I got it all up I could see this and it's going all the way through to the bow. So I'm just wondering if I need to get in under the front too, or if I'll be right just to tilt it up and gurney it out. Let me know what you think in the comments section, but I'll give you a look. So she's a bit dirty, and you can see there it's obviously falling through to the bow too, but I figure if I just tilt it up, the water will just run and drain, and then I can give it a good gurney, clean all this out. Still got to remove the foam at the back, but I won't put you through that. Removing foam's removing foam. So yeah, I think next step, we'll just get that jockey wheel up a bit higher and then gurney it, clean it out, and then I can start having a look at the attachment to this fuel tank. Big job. So it's been sitting here for a little while, so I just got some WD-40 in the jockey wheel. It's still buried in there, so I'm going to use my high lift jack, lift it out, and then I'm going to chuck the paver underneath it. There's also a Bessa block over here, and that block of timber. I might put that on there too. That'll just help it drain, because at the moment it's just not, that water's just sitting in there stagnant. So I want to tilt it up and get the gurney into it. So let's get that done. Righto, she's up on the block, and man, I can hear it coming out. Little puppy. Oh. Oh, brother, that stinks. Oh. Man. water in there. A hell of a lot. Far out. Alright, well, that's working, so that's good. I'll wait for that to finish draining. And I'll grab a bite to eat. I haven't eaten today, and then I'll rip in with the gurney, clean all the floor, and then I'm gonna go down to probably my local Quinny dealer and see Luke and the boys, and I'm gonna get them a nice cover to go over it just until they get their carport done up for the boat. Yeah, just to keep it protected. No more water will get in then, and then we can just focus on fixing the floor up and getting the work done, and not have to worry about going through all this again. So yeah, next time you see me, will probably be with a new boat cover, maybe a bit of marine ply. Maybe we can start cutting out the ply for the flooring. I'll have to look at where to get some foam for the hull. Phew. Rightio. Completely stripped it out, neatened it up in here a little bit. I'm just gonna take this off and cut out a little half circle here, just so that fits in. At the moment that's just sitting on top of that, but this definitely needs an overhaul. The good part is the guys are just like, man, you just do what you need to do to make it safe and get us back up and running. So yeah, I'm literally just going to answer that in a second. I'm literally just going to call up a couple of marine leckies and just basically find out who's best bang for buck, but also who has the time to come out, you know, as soon as possible while we've got the boat stripped, and just do a full front to back overhaul, rewire everything nice and neat, make sure it's safe, make sure there's no electrolysis going on, and that nothing's going to fail on them, bilges and stuff especially, you know, and the batteries, this is the important stuff. It's going to keep you going. Yeah, and I think then we just go from there. Once the rewiring's done, then we can start hooking into the aesthetics. Oh yeah, so got a fella coming out in about half an hour. He's a marine engineer, marine electrician. I'm just going to get him to have a sticky bake at the boat and just give us a quote, tell us what he thinks needs to be redone. I basically tied him front to back, rewire, and just obviously, like I mentioned before, check the important stuff, you know, check the bilges, check the lights, check the batteries, make sure there's no electrolysis. Yeah, so he's going to come in and do that. Tell me what you reckon. I'm thinking, just doing a bit of a clean up. I reckon for the upholstery, like, because the boat's that black, the wrap on it, I reckon, so the passenger seat is still pretty good. Like, there's a few little parts that are a bit sun damaged, but for the most part it's not too bad. Whereas this, like the helm chair, is completely cooked. But I'm thinking that color, the grey on black rather than the white, because the cushions for the cab are already that grey on black. So I reckon that's the go. I reckon go with that, the passenger chair colour, rather than the white on grey. I don't know. Tell me what you reckon. What do you think will look better? But yeah, the black wrap on the outside of the boat, I just figured the black and grey had looked the part. So I just hit Pete up. There's a fella coming out. I was like, hey mate, look, I'm doing this restoration video for me friends, for this family. You know, do you mind if I have the camera going? And he's like,
he's like, nah, you know, I'm not really a camera person, but you know, it's not that I'm not happy to do it. It just might be a bit awkward. I was like, it's all good, buddy. Like, I'll just leave it going in the background. I just said, like, it's got nothing to do with me or you and the camera. I said it's just about, you know, restoring the boat back to something that's safe and functional and looks aesthetically pleasing, you know, and so the family can look back and watch it, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see how we go. I don't want to make him feel awkward or anything like that, but while I'm waiting for him, I'm just gonna take this off, and I'm just gonna cut this bit out and just hole saw that out and get that ready to stick back on. I need to get some adhesive glue to chuck on there, so it's all coming off. But I think I'm just going to leave this. I'm not going to worry about ripping all this up, just because the cushions go on top of it anyway, and the Velcro is going to need something to stick to. So I'll just vac it out, and yeah, it should be pretty good. The cushions have protected this for the most part anyway, so it should be sweet after a vac. So that's what I'm going to do now.
Okay.
I'll do. Glue that down, and then we've got our little cutout for our cables. Peach will be here soon. Then I'm going to rip the clears and the bimini off and take it into Marine Upholster tomorrow and just say, can you replace all of this? The whole lot. Yeah. Not cheap, but necessary. Rightio, so we've got Peach will be here any minute, and I've just teed up for Yvette from Bespoke retrimming to come out on Thursday at 9 AM. So she's going to rip out here at Thursday at 9 AM, have a look at the boat and give me a quote on what it's going to cost for a full retrim. So that'll be all the seats, that'll be the bimini, the clears, those guys will do the whole lot. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they quote, and I know it's going to look good. I've actually heard of these guys before. They've got a really good reputation up here, so I know it'll look good. It's just going to be the cost and trying to keep the cost down for these guys, but you know, you can only do what you can do, and it needs it. So I'd rather them be high and dry than worrying about cost so much. So yeah, that should be good. Things are starting to move. It's good.
As I said, I've just not been much.
No, you're all right. So I just got Petey in our team. He's just taking a look through the boat, and we're just going to suss out what we can do, what needs to be done, and what we can sort of leave, if anything, and just get a quote, and we'll pretty much just go from there. But we're just having a sticky beak at the moment. So, but yeah, like the bilge pump looks all right.
It doesn't have a float, does it?
No, there's no float. It's just no. It's just sitting there. So
It says manual only.
yep. Yeah, so there's no float. And like the pump looks new, but the wiring looks below average.
The question is though, do you want to stick with that manual and put a float on the side of it?
I mean, probably we should really have a float.
Or just to replace it with a combi unit?
Well, what would you recommend? I mean, it should really have a float, probably. Like,
I
you don't want to be cranking
I
it on
like
that.
the combined ones, because then you're not having to take extra room or trying to find somewhere else to put a float.
Yep, 100%.
And there's bugger all difference between a built-in pump with a float switch.
Yep.
And then you've got an emergency. You can keep this as a spare somewhere or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Batteries are there.
Yeah, even like, look at that. Like the batteries are just sort of like jammed in there sideways. Like ideally I mean, it's not going to be as bad once I put the marine ply back in, but like even that's
Still a lot. The big batteries for such a small.
could like we could
anywhere else to put it.
but we could almost get like, what would they, I haven't actually checked them, but they'd probably be AGM, are they?
105.
So they're 105 amp.
Yeah.
Because I haven't, it's been a while since I've looked at an AGM battery, but you could probably get 200 amp ones now, couldn't you? That'd be the same size if you get like a slim, can you get the slimline AGM jet or?
Even a standard AGM, standard 200 amp hour AGM.
Would that fit sideways
fit
through there?
In there. Yes. I think so.
So maybe that might even be the go, eh?
Yeah, because they're not that tall.
And that'd be a lot neater too. And then I could just get like a little tray and just either bolt or weld a tray in to hold it.
Yes,
which would be a
box.
Yeah, exactly.
Straps over the top.
100%, yeah. Be a lot neater too.
You're just not going to have
The second.
dual batteries.
Yeah,
but
so that if it goes.
200 should be enough to, because there's not masses
No.
of stuff.
I mean, alternatively, you could literally just carry a second up the front, worst case, so that you can, because they've actually got another one. I'm not sure what, I don't know if this is a spare for the electric motor or, but they've got a second battery in here, just sitting there. I've no idea what that's for.
Oh, the outside one.
So this one, I'm assuming this one here is for the electric. And then there's this second one here, but there's nothing, well, I put that in there myself. That was just sitting up the front of the boat. So that wasn't,
battery?
no. So this one's always been plugged in,
Yeah.
but this one here is just, like that was just sitting up the front on its own. Like it wasn't doing anything, wasn't connected to anything. No, it wasn't wired up or anything. So I'm assuming that's just a spare in case that one goes down. I have no idea.
Yes, possibly.
So if they're willing to do that, there's always, you know, get a bigger lithium for the electric, and then store the second battery for the, you know, the second AGM if you're worried about batteries for the like crank batteries, and then chuck that in there, you know, and then you've got your spare battery anyway. But like you said, like 200 amp is going to be heaps.
But you could quite easily put, yeah, just leave that one there and wire it up. That's the house battery.
Yeah.
And then just have one battery down here for the start.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, so then that's literally just crank.
Yeah.
And then no house, and then you could run that up through that. Yeah, that's another, yeah.
That battery switch stays there as just an isolator for the start battery.
Yep.
And have an isolator
Up there.
up here.
Yep.
You've got room here.
Yep.
Somewhere put an isolator there so you can just isolate the house battery from for when you're there, and then just run some more of this 10mm down the back so that you've got charging from the start,
Yep.
from the engine.
Yeah, that might be the play. Because they're
Be neater.
they're pretty short on room down the back there.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's a different design, eh?
Because usually most boats would have, like this would be enclosed.
That's right. And then you'd have that center,
there.
you'd have that centerpiece hollowed out,
Yeah.
so that you can put your battery, because I mean that's where it is in mine. But that donk sort of runs right into the back of the transom.
What's that?
Yeah, good.
Seat?
Oh, that's the seat. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they got a bench seat there. Yep. And then if you have a look, if you stick your head in here and have a look up behind the helm and over here, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the anchor winch.
That there's for the anchor, is it?
No, this one.
Oh, that's for the anchor. Okay.
This is
So is that
this
for
is
the
main coda.
So that's the electric there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So maybe this one was in here at some stage
Yeah.
for the electric motor.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to remember if I pulled it out of there. I think it was just sitting in the middle. I can't remember. I'll find out when I look at the video, but it was either the box was sitting up there and the battery was, I'm pretty sure the battery was just sitting in the center here. That wasn't connected. Yeah, it was sitting here. That was empty. So
Okay.
yeah.
Pain. These ones without a double wall.
I'll be bullet holding this.
Because you would ideally like to have a fuse box back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably.
That's one way to take.
It's not right there. 'Cause the problem is you've got nothing to secure without having holes all through your dash.
Yeah. Could you? Yeah.
Although the ultimate thing to do would be to stick a piece of
About to say that.
Bit
You can
of
make a
ply
plate
in
or
there.
something like that.
that you could screw onto,
Yep.
and then another piece of ply here to.
Well, I've got to get
Yeah.
marine. I've got to get marine ply for the floor. So do you want me to get a cut for there?
Yeah, I would.
I can just hole saw that out. So I'll just cut around that, and then we can just stick that on
Yeah,
the back.
because it is raised.
Yep.
Because it's double thickness to support the wheel.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I would do is probably mount some timber to the back here, and then you can just screw things on. Screw P-clips on to P-clip it along the way.
Yeah, just neaten it up. 'Cause at the moment there's just stuff running everywhere.
Lights?
I think these are lights. So there's two spotties up there, and then there's the bar light up the front. I'm assuming that there's the bar light. There beside you. Yeah, these would be the
Yeah, those are
the driving lights. Yeah.
Oh, that's a car engine. It's an AM/FM there for the car.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like the whole, it's just wires hanging everywhere.
Nav lights are there.
Yep. I really need to get them. New nav lights too.
Yep. That idea is good, but then you want new wires, you're just gonna glue the carpet back in.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't think they're gonna, I'd like to make that look a bit neater, but I don't think they're gonna mind if I just re-glue it and seal it back up. As long as it's, I think the wiring's the part that needs to be sorted, and so much the carpet to really neaten that up. But
Are they gonna keep these spotlights?
well, they look pretty, like, if you've had a look at them, they look pretty corroded, and
Yeah, it doesn't take long for those lights to go. The lights are probably still good.
they're probably still
It's just
good.
because they're cast aluminium.
Yep.
They don't last very long.
Yeah, I would probably like to swap them out for them and get something that's going to be a bit more durable. And now that I'm like,
There's a lot of light up the front
yeah,
between these two and that
I
one.
don't have any. I'm a bit jealous. I need at least some driving lights.
They're,
like this,
they're good at some. They're good sometimes for going down the creek.
Yep. Even just that first, that first sort of 20k when you leave the ramp.
Yeah.
And you're getting out, and there's other boats in the water or whatever. It's good for that. But you can get that FLIR stuff now. That night vision stuff's incredible.
too.
Are they tapped into the same wire?
I think so. I think they both go to the spotlight. There's nothing else up there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing else up there. So it must be.
What made you choose
Well,
this
there's
code? How
only-
tall are you?
6'8".
6'8", and you chose to crawl around inside little boats.
I'm a contortionist.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, it's
There's a lot of lights as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's the other thing, do they need that many lights? Like,
So I've done a few of these hardcore kits.
right.
So they're strips of light, daisy chains of lights. The lights themselves are only about this long,
Right.
and you can add them, and I think they come at 5 meters of light. So, but then there's extension cable, so you put 3 sets down this side and 3 sets, and then there's a joiner cable that goes between the two of them.
Alright, okay.
And then they've got dimmers and a remote with it. You can turn them on and off and
Okay.
have techno dance parties and things like that.
Sounds like fun.
But I always stick them
under the gunnel, yeah. Yep.
because these are always in your face.
Yep.
And for night vision,
I couldn't agree more.
because if you put them down here, they shine off the hull.
Yeah.
And you get a more even glow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
So yeah, we peel these off and just put
Yeah.
this other stuff underneath.
Have you ever seen anyone with anything like this on the gunnels before?
Sandpaper?
Yeah.
No.
What?
It's actually like skateboard grip.
That's pretty much what it is. Because
Ugh.
I'm ripping all that off. I'm gonna sand it back and I'm gonna put C-deck on there.
I couldn't imagine anything worse.
Could you imagine a fish dragging you over the gunnel and you just scraping your forearms and you...
Yes. Be very
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah, you know. I mean, it was all like this, like the guys didn't put this on, but you know.
Because the thing is, you've got bilge pump.
Yeah.
Bait tank.
Yep.
Undergunnel lights. There's no lights in here.
No, which, I mean, they probably need really. But I mean, we could run these strips further in too.
Spotlights.
So that could sort that. Well, I think that one was going in there, look.
Yeah.
It's come off.
Yeah.
So it was running through there. So that'd be enough to light that off.
Bilge. Bait. Undergunnel. Spots. Is there any lights up there?
I don't think so,
On the
no.
back, no?
I don't think so. Can't actually fucking see.
And then electronics.
Oh, there is. Tiny little ones. Oh no, yeah, no, there is. There's
That's what these ones are.
There's 4 of them. So there's 2 spotties like there is on the front, and then there's 2 little searchlights, like tiny little. Have a look. So, there's these. Pull that down.
Oh.
Yeah, you got anchor light, spotties, and then those little. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's, man, that's a lot of
you're
light.
gonna need at least 8. But there's no need for all of this.
No, it's too much, eh?
Maybe one on either side.
Yeah.
You get slightly smaller ones of these.
They're fucking huge.
This boat would have been lit up like daylight. The only problem is the unavoidable part, because you can't really go in here.
Yeah.
Has to be external.
Yep.
So, but better than this. You put conduit over it, then at least it's protected.
Yep.
Well, they're saying that these ones are full inside. Oh, that's only fed in between the two of them, from here to here.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
all right. That's all you need. You just keep that.
So you're going to need at least 8 switches, from what I can see.
Okay.
Because yeah, there's
We got
bilge, bait, under gunnel lights, front spotlights, aft spotlights, anchor light, nav lights, electronics.
Yeah.
So if you want to switch, have the plotter and stereo and stuff on a switch.
Yeah.
Don't really need to because they can turn themselves off.
Yeah.
But one spare is not usually bad. But we could probably get I could get vertical. I could fit an 8 in there easy.
Yeah.
However, I'm just wondering, to save having to fill that, if we've got a horizontal 8.
It's a nice big stainless steel one that looks all Gucci and.
Well, you can get the push button ones. There's some mob down south who does them. And
I mean, anything's gonna look nicer than that though, won't it? You know.
but you can do sort of this style but horizontal.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. But they do a metal plate one with the light up push buttons. So instead of toggle switches, you have push button ones, and they light up, and they've got the words on them.
Yeah.
They look really nice.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a mob down south who makes them. And it's all sort of engraved with items. Yeah.
So that's the state of the inside, and then we've got the wiring for the electric is rotten. That's, I don't know if you want to come outside and have a look or go through there. It's probably easier for you
Go
to.
up the front.
Enough contorting, I wonder.
Need.
Rightio. So, talk to the guys. Got a really reasonable quote from Pete. Full rewire plus all the accessories needed for the job. And yeah, it was a very reasonable price. So I don't think that the guys are gonna knock that back. So hopefully that's squared away. Like I said, we've got Yvette from Bespoke Upholstery coming out Thursday. If they do decide that they're happy for Pete to do the work, he's not going to be able to get into it for about 2 weeks, so start of August. So I'm just going to hook into the flooring in the meantime. I mean, fingers crossed Bespoke can start getting stuck into the upholstery too. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, I'll just get stuck into the flooring, get that squared away, and I'm just gonna, I've just jumped back down, but I'll show you. I'm just packing up. I'm actually gonna go to Rising Sun Marine and get them a good boat cover to chuck over it, but I'm gonna remove this centerpiece here. And they've got no access to, like, you would have heard me and Pete talking about it, they've got no access to the bilge. So I'm just going to remove this altogether because it's just marine ply going down anyway, so it'll make little to no difference. Or alternatively, what I might do is just cut it here, which will literally have the same effect. But anyway, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm just going to put a little hinge door here that opens back this way. so they can access their bilge. And Pete's going to install a dual float plus manual to save them a bit of room. We're going to fix this situation up so that they don't just have the 2 batteries just sort of jammed in there with a strap, and I think that's going to look like a 200 amp hour AGM rather than the 2, and then we can keep one of those and just chuck it up the front in one of the hatches in the box, so that God forbid if something does happen and they lose their crank battery, then they've at least got a spare. So they've still got their bases covered, but it's just going to be heaps neater. They'll have a heap more room. Yeah, so I think that's the play for now. But yeah, I'll just start ripping into this floor. I'll give the whole boat a gurney tomorrow. I'm interested to see how the outside comes up anyway after it gets a good wash. So I'll just gurney the whole boat down, especially the guts of it, and then yeah, go get some marine ply and start the epoxy process. But that'll be it for today. I'm just going to rip into Rising Sun now, get them their boat cover so that we can cover it up while all the work's being done to it. And yeah, that'll be it. I will see you guys tomorrow when we start the epoxy flooring process.